Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome in to Sports Chat with Mr. 33. I'm Mr. 33. Live and in effect from the Channel 9 studio. What up, though? Shout out to Commander. What up, 9? See you later. Hope you get back. Talk to you soon. Shout out to my 33 brother. The Word. What up, though? What up, 9? But let's just get right into it, right? We had a very it was a different night tonight from SmackDown. So we're just gonna get into it, right? We start off with the first match of the night. We start off with LA Knight, Damian Priest versus Solo and Jacob Fatu. Uh, Solo try to get an advantage. He goes up there. He jumps the gun before the rings. Before the bell rings. He get on top. Not get on top. He jumps on Priest. Try to get his advantage. They get back and forth. Then, in the midst of them arguing in the background, Jacob and them get the advantage. At the end of it, LA Knight going towards the end of the match. LA Knight, he ducks Solo's Samoan Spike, hits him with his finishing move, and then gets the 3 count. So Priest and LA Knight win the match. They get up, they start beefing with one another. Jacob comes in the ring after all of that occurs. He takes advantage of the situation at hand. Then he's standing on top of them guys, and then all of a sudden, as he's standing there, he turns around. Drew McIntyre hit him with a Claymore, and he leaves the ring with everybody, knocked out. They all laying on the mat. But the match was It was fair, but it was more about the players in the match, right? You had two people participating in a fatal four way match against Jacob Fatu, which was Damian Priest and LA Knight. And like I said, the fourth participant came in later, hit him with the Claymore. So, it was a win for that team, but it was really a loss because they had to fight each other and wear and tear and all of that. So, then the next match we had was Piper Niven and Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega and a special guest. Well, not a special guest, but a mystery tag. The mystery tag turns out to be Alexa Bliss. I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. They might call you. Uh, it came out, you know, Alexa Bliss hit somebody with the Sister Abigail, and then that was it. Right? They get the win. Against Piper Niven, Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is on a downward spiral as she yeah, you did. But she missed she's been on a downward spiral ever since she lost the belt. Uh but I didn't see I'm not even sure if Alba Fry was there. I don't think she was. She was very nonchalant about it. But you know, Alexa Bliss, she came out, she put on the show real quick, and she gets a victory for it. Based on Rise of the Animal by Sammy Hagar on Excuse me. I ain't mean to do that. But the next match was number one's contenders match for the women's championship. Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax. This match had its ups and downs. You had Jade and Nia, both powerhouses in the women's division. Uh for the most it was pretty even for the most part. Jade had her advantages, Nia had her advantages. Jade with the I ain't going well, what do you call that? The slam off the top rope. The only hiccup for Jade was that she was jumping the gun a little bit. She was jumping out of the pinfalls, especially when that one time she had the pinfall and she jumped up early. Uh, but other than that, the match went pretty well. So what happened was, as Jade is getting ready to hit with her finishing move, Naomi comes out of nowhere and snuffs. Well, she takes out Tiffany Stratton, who was at ringside. And when Jade sees her, she takes her eye off the ball, and that's when God, what's the girl name? Nia Jax. She takes advantage as she catches her before she gets out the ring. She does a couple things, and then she drags her to the corner, and she hits her with the finishing move. And Jade lost her number one contendership to Nia, and now Nia is the number one contender to fight Tiffany Stratton soon. Uh, which means that beef with Naomi and Jade is still ongoing, but we know the next time. Well, the next time Nia fights for the belt, it will be against Tip. Well, not the next time, but the next time Nia and Tiffany fight, it will be for the championship. Uh, but it was like I said, it was a really good match. But you know, Nia ends up victorious with a little help from Naomi. Keeping my eye out on that for that in a little bit as something may be brewing as far as those two, as far as becoming friends or whatever the case may be. Then The Street Profits was in the back. They were trying to recover from the TLC match. They come out to the ring. They're having a conversation. Fraxium comes out. They put out a challenge to him, and then Nick Aldis pretty much says, let's get this match right now. But it is for it's a non-title match, right? So, you know, so now we got the injured champs going out there to fight, this team Fraxium who has a little bit of, they have the newness, the momentum coming in. So, that was a pretty back and forth match. I really do like Axiom. As I stated last week, I just think that, with the Lucha Libre, the Lucha division coming in, I said Lucha Libre, but that's what I'm gonna call it, Lucha Libre division. I think it's coming back, and you're gonna have people like Axiom. You're gonna have people like Ray Phoenix. You're gonna have people like Penta. They're gonna make headways for that division. I'm kind of excited. For me, it's taking me back a few years when that division was really high and things like that. But anyway, so what happens? The back and forth match. I think Fraxium gets a pin. They get a little pin up, a rolling pin, and they defeat tag champs. But shout out to the Street Profits. They gave a match. They ain't really recovered from that TLC match, but they was told to perform. They performed well. It just wasn't enough for them to beat the fresher team that ain't really going through too much. But it was a big win for Fraxium. The Profits dapped him up, said, congratulations. I don't know. I don't know if that pushes them to the top of the tag team division. You still got DIY. You got pretty. What is it? Team Pretty Nasty or whatever the hell their name is, and Motor City Machine Guns. But it was a big win for them. So we'll see how this momentum takes them to the next match. Right. Then we had Carmelo Hayes versus Aleister Black. This I don't know. I guess Carmelo Hayes thought he had an opportunity to come up and exact revenge for Pretty Deadly. Excuse me, I said Pretty Ugly. Whatever. My bad. Yeah, he tried to get back for the Miz. Aleister Black been whooping on the Miz the past couple of weeks, so Carmelo Hayes took his opportunity. It was a decent match, but Aleister Black, he showed to be just a little bit as my 33 partner would say, a little bit more cunning than Carmelo Hayes. So what happens after that? Carmelo Hayes, he crashes out. Miz try to get in the ring. He gets rolled up. Well, he gets distracted, and Aleister Black gets the pin. Miz try to come in, got kicked in his face yet again, and Carmelo Hayes looked up like, yo, I ain't dealing with you, dog. You got the upper hand. So Aleister Black does defeat Carmelo Hayes. And gets a victory. Los Gazas then had a fight with the next match was Los Gazas versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix. Once again, this was more about Ray. For me, it was more about Ray Phoenix. I was really paying attention to Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix, once again, he does what he do best and rips and runs and do the Lucha Libre thing. But Santo Escobar, in the match, Santo Escobar gets in the way. He distracts the referee. He actually cost his team the win because it was a pinfall and he was in the way. Referee was distracted. He only got a 2 count. They kicked out of it. And then we turn around and we see that Andrade and Ray Phoenix gets a victory. I forget what happened. Who got the pin for? Whoever got the. I think Ray Phoenix got the pin. He did his finishing move, and then yeah, that's what happened. Ray Phoenix got the pin. He hit it with the finishing move again, and someone said I built it over. Excuse me, y'all. Escobar is upset with his team because it wasn't, he messed up, but you know how that goes. People don't take accountability. Matters his team. Uh, but Andrade and Ray Phoenix does get the win. Now Andrade with the Los Gazas, he's working on them to leave Santo Escobar. So we have to look forward to what's going to happen as far as that situation. Then of course we got the John Cena finishing the show. John Cena pretty much telling everybody, yo, Randy Orton ain't no good. He in the way. He only got here not because of his talent, but because of who he knows. His dad was a wrestler, third generational wrestler, all of that. So he was really sticking to that, right? I mean, what he was saying was on point. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, somebody tries to come in. He Somebody comes in and John Cena hits his finishing move on him. And then all of a sudden, as he's standing there boasting, Randy Orton comes out of nowhere and hits him with an RKO. So that's how SmackDown ended. Uh and Randy Orton's holding the belt. And he's claiming he's gonna win the championship. But we gonna see how that goes. Uh so we do know now that some of the backlash card has been out. We know the main fights. We know the fatal 4-way match between Jacob, LA Knight, Priest, and who am I missing? Drew McIntyre. Right. We also have the Intercontinental Championship between Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch on the women's side. We have the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. We got Pat McAfee. We got Pat McAfee and Gunther. I don't know why I thought there was more matches in this. I did think that Jey Uso was going to fight Logan Paul at this particular time, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But I gotta be missing a match. I gotta be missing a match. But if those 5 matches, I'm just going to predict these matches as I go right now. First off, I'm going to go for the Intercontinental Championship match between Dom and Penta. I think this is a warm-up match for the Lucha Libres. I think that Dom is going to retain either the Judgment Day, either Carlito or JD is going to help him, or what's the guy's name? El Grande Americana make an appearance in this match to make sure that the Masked Man doesn't win the belt. and therefore I believe Dom is going to retain his belt. But it's very possible. That's my prediction. But I also understand if Finn Balor turns around and goes rogue on Dom Mysterio and costs him the match. But I'm going with the first instead of the latter. So I think Dom will retain the belt. Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Now Lyra is her momentum is picking up. She has been having good fights. Becky, I'm going to say because of her ring rust, she hasn't been in an actual ring in a while, even though she did win the tag titles. Uh, I just think that the fact that Lyra is her momentum is going to push her towards victory, but it's going to be a very good match. I think both ladies are going to show they're going to show the promising of the Intercontinental Division to where, there's going to be some very good matches, but I just think the champ is going to retain the belt. Uh, the Pat McAfee and Gunther fight. I really don't know how Pat McAfee is going to win. I think somebody's going to come out and interfere in that match, but if that doesn't happen, of course I'm going to pick Gunther. I think Gunther's going to play around with him like he's, loose meat or whatever. He just leftover change or whatever. How people the prey preys over the captured, right? How you leave it alive and just play with it before you end up killing it. That's what Gunther's going to do, unless somebody comes out and surprises this match and gets Pat McAfee the advantage that he needs. He will have a moment of momentum, but I think other than that, I'm going to pick Gunther to win that match. Uh, the Fatal Four Way. The Fatal Four Way. I got Priest and Drew McIntyre getting in each other's way. I got I got Jacob winning. I got Jacob winning, even though Solo might come and mess it up. I believe there's gonna be a new person coming out in this particular fight, either to condemn Solo for being in the way, or just show that Jacob is really about to ascend and take a leadership role in the band, that whatever band that he get ready to make. So I'm going to pick Jacob to win the Fatal Four Way. Now the John Cena match. I don't even know how to pick this. I know that most of us see, if we follow wrestling, we know that the person that uh puts his opponent out on the previous show, whether it's SmackDown or Raw, they're not going to win. So just off of that alone, I just think that John Cena is going to retain the belt. But I also understand if he does drop the belt, because he got movies to go to. He got the Peacemaker coming out once again. He got all of these things that's happening for him that's outside of the WWE wrestling arenas. So it's not going to be a shock if he does lose. I just don't think that he will. Uh, I don't know if they're adding a match to this thing, but those are the five that I'll pick. Those are my five predictions. Uh, I got John Cena retaining the world championship. I got Lyra retaining the Intercontinental belt. Jacob retaining the U.S. belt. Dom is going to retain. Everybody's retaining the belt, and I just got Pat McAfee winning because somebody's going to come and interfere and help him with a victory. That's my predictions for Backlash, which is tomorrow night. I think is it at 7 p.m.? I'm not even sure what time it starts, but it's tomorrow. It's a pay-per-view. It'll probably be on the WWE other's favorite network, not Netflix, but that other one with the bird with the feathers. What up
Peacock.
though?
What
Yeah,
up, dude? Can you hear
I
me?
ain't want to say their name. I ain't want to say their name. I feel like I'm promoting people over here. But what up though? What you think
Dang.
about these matches coming up?
I mean, I feel this. Basically, I mean, those 5 matches, I feel the same. I feel Becky go lose. I feel John Cena. I want Randy Orton to win, but I know John Cena gonna win. Especially you say he got RKO tonight. I don't know why, bro. It seemed like whoever get the last lick lose. Like Jacob Fatu gonna win because he got Claymore tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like they is like, yeah. Who else fighting? Ain't none of the. I thought what you calling them was fighting. She out. She making a movie or something.
Who's that?
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, she's not fighting. Don't they got the tag belt? Yeah, I don't think no tag titles is coming through. I don't. Yeah, because Street Profit just fought tonight. Street Profit just fought. They just lost the Fraxium.
That was trash, bro. I ain't even see. I fell asleep watching that and woke up right at the end. I didn't even see it. I woke up as it was going on.
I don't even like the fact that they even put them in that match. They don't, I don't even want to go there with it, but it just looked real crazy that now all of a sudden you putting all the active wrestlers, all of a sudden they got taped, battered, and bruised. Now you put them in matches where these new guys are getting momentum and then coming out to win. So I didn't really care for that match per se either, but I understood what was happening if that was going down. So I knew they was going to lose that match tonight. Now the question is, do they get bumped up to the number 1 contendership over this match? You see what I mean? Like, I understand it because we are tired of seeing all those other teams. So I don't know.
They only got 5 matches, bro. That's wild.
Yeah, that's why I said I thought I missed the match. Pat McAfee and Gunther. I'm sitting there like,
Bailey
okay,
come out.
I think Bailey gonna come out and help Lyra. I think that, and I just think for the Fatal 4-Way, I just think gonna come out and do something to keep the belt around Jacob's waist.
I really think
that.
Got to, I don't think
he got to either. I'm just saying. I just think he wants. Good.
Every time they try to help Jacob, they hurt him, bro. Every time they tried to help Jacob, they hurt him.
But was it Tama or was it Solo? I mean, yeah, was it Tama or was it Solo that was hurting him? Solo. It's really Solo that's hurting him, right? So if Tama comes out, I think Tama's going to solidify it. But I don't know. I just think it's time for something new to happen on SmackDown. So I won't be surprised if he comes back. Tama comes back to SmackDown. I mean, comes back in the Backlash to place himself in his allegiance to Jacob. Matter of fact, I got Solo doing something dumb to get Jacob caught up into the situation, and then Tama coming back out to allow Jacob to recapture the momentum and gets the pinfall. And then they're gonna take Solo out.
In the Fatal 4-Way, I don't think there's no DQ, is it?
Nope. Not in, look, let me rephrase that. Not in any Fatal 4-Way I seen. You know what I'm saying? Not none of those that I seen. So okay, the vent is coming out tonight. Shout out to my 33 brother in a half an hour. I
Yeah, I
just
ain't gonna
got
be
the
on too
alert.
long. I might be on for like an
I
hour.
don't blame you.
I ain't gonna be on
I
too
don't
long.
blame you.
So if anybody want to come up and vent, come up and vent. Whoop whoop.
El
El
Jugalo, welcome
Juggalo.
in, welcome in. El Juggalo. I said that like I was Spanish. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm like El Juggalo, El Ugalo, Ugalo.
Yeah, man.
Welcome in, welcome in. We talking about
It would have been dope if Jacob would have popped up after that Claymore though. I ain't never seen him laid out like that.
but that
Never seen.
also allows me to say that Drew McIntyre is not going to win. Oh, I did say it right. Okay, welcome in though. Welcome in. You know, we talking about the card for Backlash. You know, it's the five matches. We're doing predictions and what we think may happen in the matches right now. Right now, we're just talking about the fatal four-way between Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and LA Knight. We both are predicting that Jacob is going to win that match. I just think that there's some extra going to happen as far as Solo trying to interfere, get in the way, and one of the Tongans coming in and to re-solidify the momentum for Jacob, and Jacob takes over and wins the match easily.
I want to see Zilla
Said
come
the
through.
car. I don't know if he coming, but isn't he a champion somewhere else? He's a champion somewhere else. The card is definitely interesting. Honestly, though, that's not the only show coming up this Saturday. After Backlash, there's
Oh yeah, that's the what is that called?
that's the Lucha Libre round.
Yeah, is they gonna be fighting
That's the
NXT
Lucha
stars?
Libre. Yeah. So I don't have to be honest, I do not have the matches for that per se. I if we know if you know the cards, you know, just type it in the chat and we'll have the conversation still. But I knew they was giving them time, but I didn't think they was giving them time at that particular time. Right, like right after Backlash. I really didn't think about it that way. But thank you, Ugalo, for letting me know, for reminding me that is actually happening. That's why there's only five matches. You know, for putting, keeping me abreast, making me alert to what's really happening. And there go the matches.
My whole thing is like, bro, they not. It's like even the announcers, bro. Ain't nobody said nothing about Cody, bro. That shit is weird to me.
Why would they be talking about Cody?
Cause he lost, bro. He was just a champion for a whole year and he lost, and it's like no mention,
They
like,
treat him.
oh,
They treat him like
it's like
they
a
treated
whole.
Roman.
No, bro, they were still talking about the tribal chief. Like even the people was like Roman not here. Roman name was said. Cody's name hasn't been said, bro. People were still talking about Roman when he lost, bro. They had a whole said Roman lost. Now I'm in charge. You know what I'm saying? Roman name was being like, bro. It's like Cody never existed, bro. That shit is weird. That's weird. Like I would have thought they say, this is a hard time for Cody Rhodes. He didn't take the Rock's offer. I mean, it could have been, they could have spent the storyline, to just keep his name relevant. That just made me feel like that whole run was for nothing, bro.
It was just to stop Roman. That's what it was. But there's a lot of matches that thank you, Ugalo. If these are the matches that's going to happen after Backlash, I'm kind of excited because I'm man, I might revert back to the early 2000s or the late 90s with all of these Lucha Libre's coming out here. They be doing some stuff, man. It be out of control. So for those of you that are not aware of, if y'all not aware of the Lucha Libre division, this is it. Is this? I don't know if it's coming on Peacock or they put it on. I don't even know what channel it's coming on. But once I get that information, I will put it up on the community wall for you guys to keep to be updated about these matches. But I'm excited about it. I like when the Libres, the luchadors, they come out there and do the matches. It's like high pace, it's fast paced. It's like high contact. It's high. The intensity picks up. The crowd gets involved with it. I just think that's the wrestling that that, to be honest, that has actually been missing from the WWE. Besides the TLC match that just occurred with Street Profits, that's the type of stuff. This is the type of matches that gets the fans going. If anything, it should have been like the undercard for the backlash, so that that could have got the notoriety, and then push backlash a little later. But the information that I'll get, I will post it on the community wall about this. So that, but it's about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, it's about 6 to 7 matches. Juggalo, not Gigolo, Juggalo. Okay.
Oh, it's on YouTube. It's on
Oh, it's on
YouTube. So
YouTube.
we have to find a link to that. But the thing about lucha wrestling, bro, like I always like when I got introduced to Rey Mysterio, bro, I fell in love with lucha libre wrestling, and I used to think Rey was like God, bro, because it's like the movement, bro, like that shit is real skill, and I'm a martial artist, so I love martial arts. So like Alistair
Right.
Black, I can appreciate his talent. But then when you seeing somebody just jumping through the sky, bro, flying, and it's like the skill level it takes to do those moves and not hurt yourself, let alone the other person, like they actually get in and out of matches good. That skill level is like unrivaled to me when you really look at wrestling, bro, and how I mean I know people say oh it's fake, but bro they really be taking bumps, bro, like them hits, bro. You
Yo,
can't fake
those guys
flying
in
through the air,
man.
bro. Even if somebody catch you, bro, you can't determine that's you catching a grown man, bro. You still the impact you hit with the like, bro, like man.
That's what I'm saying. Those matches was different, right? Like I don't like. See, I'm about to show my age, right? I don't think people really understand it was Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero versus or Chavo Guerrero or Juventud Guerrero
Mhm.
or Chris Jericho. This is what was happening, and this wasn't even a WWE product. This was actually WCW product, right? And,
Mhm.
and, and you know that's that like they would be like the 2 hour show on Monday Night Nitro or WCW Thunder or something like that. Those were the guys that was really pushing the show all the way up to the main event. They give the show to like Hogan and Nash and Savage and all of those guys at that particular time. But these guys was making the match. Like I know everybody remember God Bless the Dead, Eddie Guerrero being a brolic and all of that after the fact. But before that, Eddie Guerrero was a luchador. Y'all think he was just doing 3 suplexes and just flipping over? No, that was part of his luchador his luchador situations. So he got all of that from that, and then he became Eddie Guerrero. Like Rey Mysterio got bumped up to world champion because he could take those bumps and bruises and fighting the Giant in WCW and trying to take on Hogan and Nash and them. I don't think people remember when when the outsiders came in and Ray tried to jump or Kevin Nash. Yeah, he caught him
Yeah,
and
he
threw him into
caught his ass.
he threw-
I
he caught him
remember
in the
that,
head, threw
bro.
him on the thing. I'm like, that's crazy. But that's what you were saying earlier, though. That's the bumps and bruises that those guys were taking at that particular time. All of those guys, the Juventus, the La Parkers, and all of those guys, they just, the chair shots. They was taking those chair shots. They was getting the kabong with the guitars and all of that other stuff, right? So that's the excitement that's being put back into wrestling when these guys is coming out. So you guys go ahead and check out the MLW matches on YouTube. When I get the information, it will be pinned. If anything, I may share it. Well, I am going to share the link. But if it's possible, I don't know. That's between the NBA playoff games. But if not, I may pop up and have the conversation about those matches while the matches are still going. I don't hold me to it. I'm just saying it's possible because this is how excited I am about these matches. These matches is going to be something else. They're going to be exciting. It's just something about it, right? It's like I said, it's high pace. It's nonstop action. These guys really they put it on the line. They put it on the line, and the crowd gets them pumped up with the clapping and the stomping and trying to get the guys up. You keep it up, guys. Keep the momentum going. Those are the things that we are missing as far as those type of matches. So I'm super excited about that. Um, well, Monday if anything, Monday we will talk about those matches as well. Because we will be back on Monday after the Netflix Raw. But we will definitely have that conversation Monday. I'm like I said, I'm so excited about that thing. Shout out to Ugalo for the information. And as you can see, we put it up there for everyone to see, whether they're here now or catch the replay. But it's up there for them. And like I said, I will put this on the community wall and go from there.
The first one is the link to the channel. The second one is the link to the actual show.
Okay. Yeah, I'm super excited about that, but like I said, I think it's just time to bring that back. It's been like, and now, and then it's going to be interesting to see if they add it to the WWE matches, because now you gotta worry about people like Ray Phoenix, Penta, Axiom. You're gonna worry about these. You're gonna see if these guys are gonna go ahead and fall back into the Lucha Libre, or they still gonna pursue the belts. Either way, that means the cruiserweight belt may be coming back into play. The cruiser tags, whatever they're gonna do. But it's just exciting to finally see those matches. I'm telling you, it's been a good long time. We see it once in a while, but the consistency of these guys, it needs to be put on display. So shout out to WWE for bringing this back up and allowing this to be on display, even if it's just a YouTube sighting.
They need to bring. I don't think this ain't WWE. This ain't got that. They ain't got nothing to do with that Lucha Libre. Yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with WWE.
This ain't the
That's a
AAA.
whole. Nah, it's a whole different circuit. Yeah, that's a whole different circuit. That's the Aztec Lucha Libre. So
I thought that was a AAA. I know they just brought. I know they just brought a company like this. That's what I thought it was. So
no, it's something
if
different.
I'm speaking out of turn, I apologize. But I'm like I said, I'm just excited about this card. I know that TKO did buy this and made the announcement right before the previous pay-per-view. So I thought that was it. Like I said, if I'm speaking out of turn, I do apologize. But like I said, I'm more excited about these matches. I'm actually more excited about these matches than the daggone pay-per-view Backlash. So you guys, the links is here. You know, if you want to copy it, but it's here. But like I said, I will be putting this on the community wall, so you can have access to it as we go forward. But like I said, I'm more excited about these matches than the actual pay-per-view. Like I said, we already spoke about the 5 matches that's going down. But you know, it is what it is as far as that. You know, but it's just the way it goes. But you know, but in the in the world of, you know, a quick status note about the NBA. The NBA, we just saw tonight that the Cleveland Cavaliers won their basketball game against the Pacers. The crawl back into the playoff round is they're down 2-1, but they did win tonight. The next game will be Monday, and the Clippers. I'm sorry, the Nuggets and the Thunder are playing right now, and they're in the third quarter. Tomorrow is the New York Knicks versus the Boston Celtics. The Knicks are up 2-0. That'll be the early game. That's 3:30. And tomorrow night's game is going to be the T-Wolves and the Golden State Warriors in Golden State for Game 3. So those are the upcoming games for the NBA playoffs. Those are tomorrow's games. But, you know, I think, you know, there's a lot going on. There's a couple boxing matches tomorrow as well. And then we got all of this. So sports will be activated tomorrow. That's when I listen. My hands are going to be full, literally, as I'm trying to keep up with all of these entertaining aspects of the world of sports, whether it's wrestling, whether it's boxing, whether it's basketball. Even the Stanley Cup will be played tomorrow. So it's a lot going on in the world of sports. But as always, I will do the best that I can to keep you updated with all realms of sports. Even if I have to, you know, play clips or put clips on the community wall to show you what's going on with certain sports, I will be doing that tomorrow as well. So you guys stay tuned to Mr. 33's community wall or sub up to see what's going on in the world of sports, the updates and all of that. And if something actually does happen, we may clip it and make it as a short to where we can show you that we are trying to be involved with all aspects of sports, whether it's wrestling, whether it's Stanley Cup playoffs, whatever it is. If it's a sport, we will talk about it right here on this channel. So you guys continue to be updated and be aware, but look out for it as we go along going forward. So
What
that
you
was
think
pretty much it about the world. Yeah.
before you get
Yeah.
off? I wanted to ask what you think about Skip Bayless' rebuttal to Tom Brady. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that. What did he say to Tom Brady?
Oh, bro, I'm not even telling you, bro. It's on Skip Bayless' YouTube channel, bro. You know, Skip Bayless is like the number one Tom Brady fan, bro. Man, Skip.
I
Tom
remember.
basically. Tom said. Tom challenged his. I guess you want to say is Tom challenged him.
Tom
You know,
Brady
anytime
challenged Skip
somebody,
Bayless?
bro, Tom Brady was like, everybody don't need a mic. You know, people saying, what did he say? I think he cussed. I don't know if he said shit or fuck, but Tom Brady cussed like everybody don't need a fucking mic or something like that. Like they doing it for clicks and views. And I was like, oh shit. They was asked about, you know, what Skip
They must have
Bayless
asked him
said.
about the Shador Sanders situation. They had
Yeah.
to ask him about the Shador situation.
Yeah,
And
Whose
even with
podcast?
that, I was going to touch on
Logan.
that.
I think he was on Logan Paul's podcast, either Logan or Jake Paul. One of them. He was talking to one of the
One of the
Pauls.
Paul brothers.
Yeah, he was doing a podcast, And he was like, man, that joke was crazy. But I mean, he didn't say Skip Bayless' name, but Skip was like, yeah, Tom Brady said this. And Skip Bayless, bro, he went in on. You gotta listen to it. I ain't even telling you, bro. That's more
Nah, don't
content.
tell me because that's gonna be super content because once we know what happened with Tom Brady and well Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. We know they was torn apart because of the Tom Brady conversations. So for if what you if what I'm being led to believe that Skip went at Tom, he must be mad he ain't on television no more. You know what I
Man,
mean? Like
bro.
now
And we're
Shannon, look now
supposed to
Shannon going through this
believe
situation. They ain't man, you about to make me cut this off and go watch this, man.
it's like
I'm about
25
to go
minutes
look.
long. It ain't done. It ain't done. It's like 25 minutes long. I just cut. I was actually watching another YouTuber and he was playing clips from it, and I'm like, oh, and then I lost. As soon as I heard it, I lost. I'm like, oh, I gotta hear what. And I went over to his channel and was like, oh yeah, he pissed. Like Skip don't like when people challenge his credentials or challenge him. Period. Skip don't like that.
Yeah, but this, you see what I mean? And now that's going to be the whole war now. The whole war is about new media versus old media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody could say something now. Now you got the athletes. Now y'all made them media members, and now they're going to challenge your credentials, right? They've done it with Stephen A. They've done it with Rob Parker. They've done it with Bomani Jones. They've done it with Jamel Hill, Kerry Champion, uh 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 Michelle
Oh, that's
Beadle,
what he.
Rachel
That's
Nichols.
what. That's what Tom Brady. He said. I remember when the media used to have integrity. I think that's what he said.
Like
That and I said skip off. It's like I remember when they used to have integrity. I was like, oh shit.
I mean, with Skip Bayless, you couldn't tell Skip Bayless that Tom Brady wasn't involved with that Deflate Gate. You couldn't tell him that. Like I said, if you was to listen to Skip Bayless, you would have thought Tom Brady was his brother. He don't talk about his brother this much as well as he talk about Tom Brady. And if I'm not mistaken, Skip Bayless' brother is a race car driver. Well, he was. So the way he speaks highly of Tom Brady for something had to trigger him. I don't know. I don't know if he's upset about what happened, or he's upset about defending them to the utmost. I don't even know if this is clickbait. I don't know. But if
I
this
think,
if he's standing on this, it's something.
but I would say this just from watching Skip Bayless over the years. If anybody he loved more than Tom is Deion, man. Skip Bayless really loves Deion Sanders.
No,
I'm telling
no,
you.
no, 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 not at all. There's only one person he loved more than Tom, and that's Michael Jordan. Him and Dion was spat. They got at it 30 years ago,
But
and I
that's
think
what
he
I'm saying.
still
After
holds that.
that, they've been,
No, but I'm saying he still holds Dion to the fire about that. Like he's still upset with Dion. Like Troy Aikman is still upset with Skip for calling them. He said he like milk and cookies. That was in his book. So him and Troy Aikman don't have that high regard. Him and Dion, they fell off right after that. This is a clip about it, and it's a clip on YouTube about that. But no one is hiding Tom Brady. In Skip Bayless' mind, only one is Michael Jordan. Nobody else. You could talk about whoever else you want to talk about, but if you say anything negative about Tom Brady or Michael Jordan, he will attack you like no other. He will keep like you see what he did. He tried to do to Chris Carter. You saw what he said to Shannon Sharp. He said this plenty of times to certain people. He even went at beat reporters. I think he went at or what's his name? Oh my gosh, what's the light skin name? Chris Broussard. He went at these. He went at some of these reporters if they refuted Michael Jordan or they said something that he didn't like. Those are his guys. So you got me very intrigued about this clip. Now I'm gonna have to find it. I may talk about that Monday too. I might have to go on a hour earlier. I don't know because if he doing all this, I need to understand the logic behind it. Because like I said, he
Called
will
Tom Brady
never.
a coward, bro.
He
He
called
called
what?
him a coward. He called Tom Brady a coward.
Wow. Listen, I'm going to review that and I may have to touch that Monday for the whole it's something that I'm missing.
They Skip
It's
did
something that I'm
a
missing.
one-on-one with Dion too. I didn't even see that. That was March 26th. I didn't know he did a one-on-one. I didn't watch his podcast, but I'm gonna have to check that out.
To be honest, I stopped. Well, I never watched his podcast. Right? I would always flick between him and Shannon and Stephen A. Right? Because they came on earlier than Stephen A. And then I would flip flop for the most part. Right? But once he got taken off the air, I haven't followed him since. I didn't even see the video with him and Stephen A. Kumbaya again. I ain't even see that clip.
I didn't like
They
Skip
would
Bayless until now, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never really liked Skip Bayless. I just felt like, I just never liked him. But I like him now. That's why I subscribe. But let me hop down, bro, so I can, cause I'm on my computer. I'm on my computer right
special
now.
shout out to the co-host of the Word, my 33 brother, with the fascinating intel about Skip Bayless and the updating us about the Lucha Libre matches tomorrow night on YouTube. We will update you with that. We will also keep you abreast about all of the world of sports this upcoming weekend. And like I said, we may touch on this Skip Bayless conversation on Monday. I don't know. I may have to sacrifice an hour earlier while Raw's on to have that conversation, and then go back to Raw and then finish out the show. I'm not, like I said, don't hold me to it. Some other events may come and be of more precedence as far as the world of sports. And we will have those conversations this upcoming Monday. Same time as always, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. For those of you that y'all go ahead and check out the Word 9%. His show is about to start in a few minutes. He's going to allow his subscribers to vent, as it's venting Friday. So normally he tells them go ahead and get it whatever's off your chest so you can go into your weekend to be to have a good weekend and not bring all of your week's energy into your weekends. So y'all go ahead and hit them up. Thanks to El Hugalo for the information as well. I appreciate you. Hope to see you again soon on Monday. And hopefully, if you want to come up and have the conversation Monday, we will have that conversation Monday about those matches as well. So thank you all for coming through. Thank you all for the participation. But from the Channel 9 studio, this is Mr. 33 signing off. Go ahead and check the Word out. See you there.